Someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women. I don't condone violence.
Right.
I don't say be violent.
You said that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you.
Young woman got audio, video, and text messages. If you know all of those things are out there, you should shut the F up. I'm not here to speak to Shannon's guilt or innocence because I don't know, but I do know attempting to settle looks like an admission of guilt.
I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt. I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person.
Imagine opening your feed and instead of highlight reels and meme-filled banter, you find every timeline hijacked by one overwhelming headline. Monique, the Oscar-winning actress and outspoken advocate for transparency in Hollywood, has just revealed her side of the story surrounding Shannon Sharpe's explosive $50 million SA allegations. With one unfiltered interview, she's shifted the spotlight and possibly the entire narrative, exposing previously undisclosed connections, buried tensions, and uncomfortable truths. In a deeply personal live stream, Monique broke her silence about what she claims she witnessed and knew before the lawsuit even hit the headlines. Her delivery was deliberate, measured, and fiery. Within minutes, the clip had already racked up hundreds of thousands of views, with viewers dissecting every syllable. The quote that instantly went viral, "Y'all love who you think he is, but I've seen who he really is behind the cameras." And baby, it's not the same. That line ricocheted across every social platform, igniting a digital firestorm of speculation, backlash, and support. Monique didn't provide just vague commentary. She came with receipts, or at least that's what she claimed. Screenshots, voice notes, contractual language, alleged internal emails. She even hinted at NDAs that were used to silence individuals in Sharpe's inner circle, all while carefully avoiding defamation by positioning her revelations as her lived experiences. Her legal team, sitting just off-screen during the live stream, reportedly reviewed every statement in advance. Sharpe's representatives moved quickly to deny her claims, releasing a one-paragraph statement through attorney Lanny Davis, calling Monique's remarks false, defamatory, and designed to exploit an ongoing legal process for personal clout. But by then, the momentum had already shifted. Public curiosity skyrocketed. Search trends spiked. Monique's video was clipped, shared, remixed, and debated in real time. What exactly did she say? That's the part being combed over frame by frame. Monique alleged she had mutual acquaintances with former staffers on Sharpe's show, people who reached out to her directly months before the lawsuit became public. According to her, these insiders shared unsettling details about the show's working environment and hinted that things were being swept under a very expensive rug. She claimed that after she publicly supported another controversial figure in a past scandal, these same insiders approached her with their concerns, believing she might help expose what they called a pattern of misconduct within media networks that promote unfiltered commentary but maintain private codes of silence. Monique's core message wasn't just about Sharpe, it was about how these media empires protect their stars while isolating whistleblowers. Fans and critics alike began drawing parallels to previous Hollywood cover-ups. Monique repeatedly emphasized she wasn't speaking from hearsay, but from multiple first-hand conversations. At one point in the stream, she revealed she had considered contacting investigative journalists, but feared the backlash, given Sharpe's immense following and influence. Monique's revelations threw a wrench into the already volatile public narrative. The original civil suit, filed by a woman identified only as Jane Doe, had already triggered significant media coverage. But now, with Monique stepping in, what was previously perceived as a private legal matter became a cultural flashpoint. Talk shows, legal analysts, and entertainment columnists began framing the case as not just about individual allegations, but about power, protection, and accountability within entertainment and sports media. Sharpe, who had been relatively quiet following the lawsuit, was now facing a two-front battle, legal and public. According to sources close to his camp, the Monique interview was considered an ambush, one that forced Sharpe's crisis team to rework their media strategy overnight. Previously scheduled appearances were quietly pulled, collaborations were paused, advertisers began reaching out for clarification. Meanwhile, Monique's own reputation split audiences. Some praised her courage, drawing comparisons to her past battles against media giants. Others accused her of inserting herself into a high-profile controversy for attention, but Monique addressed that too. "If I wanted attention, I'd do a Netflix special, but this right here, this is bigger than views," she said during her stream. Her claims went beyond the central lawsuit. She raised questions about how media companies handle allegations internally. She named executives, described hush money systems, and painted a picture of a toxic environment where the line between personality and person blurred dangerously. Her most pointed allegation? That networks encourage stars like Sharpe to be provocative on air, but ignore private behavior that contradicts the brand image. Soon after the stream, hashtags like #BelieveMonique, Tom Sharpe exposed, and media silence trended across X and Instagram. Commentary channels picked up the story. One viral breakdown claimed to match timelines from Monique's narrative with known events in Sharpe's broadcasting career, suggesting moments where behind-the-scenes drama may have spilled into public behavior. Sharpe's legal team called the timing suspicious. Our client will not be tried in the court of public opinion based on unverified hearsay aired in livestream theatrics. Read another statement. But Monique doubled down. She released another short video the next morning, reading part of what she claimed was a leaked email sent from an executive expressing concern about ongoing HR red flags in Sharpe's circle. Legal experts now say her public comments could impact how Sharpe's team navigates the case. If her materials are subpoenaed and deemed relevant, they could be used in court. If not, they may still sway jurors indirectly if news coverage continues to spotlight them. Judges will likely consider a gag order soon, which would restrict public commentary from both camps moving forward. Entertainment lawyers point out that Monique may face legal risks too. Even though she presented her commentary as opinion, Sharpe could sue for defamation or interference with a pending legal matter. But experts also note that such lawsuits risk appearing retaliatory, which could backfire publicly. It's a game of optics now, and both sides are carefully calculating every step. While Monique has not released full documentation to the public, she says she's prepared to do so if her claims are dismissed. "They always ask us for the whole story," she said. "Well, baby, I got chapters." Her supporters took that as a warning and a promise. Meanwhile, YouTubers and podcasters are unpacking every angle. Who knew what and when? Were there previous allegations that never saw daylight? Did networks fail to act on early warnings? Some creators pulled archived footage from Sharpe's old shows, trying to find moments that seem uncomfortable in hindsight. Even unrelated guests are now being recontextualized. From a branding perspective, this saga is turning into a slow-motion collapse for Sharpe's empire. Though he still commands a loyal fanbase, market analysts note that brand equity diminishes quickly when controversy outpaces clarity. Some of his partners have entered what's called a silent monitoring phase, not yet backing away, but clearly preparing exits. Within sports and entertainment circles, the conversation is evolving. Veteran athletes and current stars are being asked for their thoughts. Most are treading carefully. A few have posted vague support for Sharpe. Others have reposted Monique's video, noting her bravery. Monique's re-entry into this media storm has changed the stakes. It's no longer just a legal case. It's a referendum on how networks, platforms, and the public deal with accusations and power dynamics. She reframed the debate from one about guilt and innocence to one about silence and complicity. And it's working. Articles are now framing the story around institutional accountability. Monique has been invited to speak on panels about media ethics. Community forums are hosting discussions about how victims can come forward in an age of influencer-led media. Nonprofits have launched support funds in response to the video. Sharpe's team remains tight-lipped about next steps. Rumors suggest they're preparing to release surveillance footage and internal HR records that counter Monique's claims. But even if disproven, the damage to Sharpe's image may be long-lasting. The internet rarely revisits a story with the same intensity once a narrative has solidified. Still, Monique isn't backing down. Her final statement in the video captured her stance perfectly. "I'm not here to cancel anybody. I'm here to make sure no one else gets canceled for staying silent." And in that moment, it was clear. Whatever the outcome of Sharpe's lawsuit, the broader conversation about celebrity, silence, and power had just begun anew. This isn't just about one man and one lawsuit. It's about every untold story behind every glamorous headline. And thanks to Monique, one of those stories just became impossible to ignore.